in my own journey, naturally when you're young, you see the warrior as someone who conquers the world, right? Like conquers other people or destroys the enemy. And that was kind of my role early on, like in my late teens and 20s, thinking that there were obstacles out in the world or enemies to overcome just to get where I was going. And I soon discovered that this was all an internal battle, that this warrior thing for me was about facing my own fears without running away. And this is what I see that love does, is love doesn't run away. It embraces what's there. And as we continue to dive into ourselves and see more and more what's true, that these fears are really just imaginary monsters, even though they can be scary, we learn to stand present and not run away from them, but to meet them with love. And for me, that's such a real strength to not run from these monsters. And as I find that capacity to stand present in my own being, there's a very natural presence when with other people who are with fears. And it's not a trying to hold space to others. It's more like, yeah, I've been there. I know this place and I know there's nothing really to be afraid of. So let's hold hands and look at it. And for me, that's the spiritual warfare is looking at these fears that we have and realizing that they're just clouds and that it's okay to love. It's okay to allow. And for me, that's just the greatest prize in this life is holding space so that love can be seen, so that we can together see that there's nothing to fear. Because isn't that the greatest challenge? And isn't that the big hindrance in our world, is that we're just scared. We're afraid. And in that fear, we become violent and we separate ourselves from others and we're unkind to others because we're afraid. That's all. It's like I often say that love is interwoven into everything. If you look at, the beautiful touch between two human beings, it's a remembrance of love. And if you look at the violence of any kind, it's a fear of love's loss. And so without love, life is irrelevant. There's no form or function worth living. And so as far as I'm concerned, being alive is about love. And this has nothing to do with the future. And it has nothing to do with what I think I want for this character of me. And so there's this invitation to let die everything I think I want and to remember the whole point of life. And in that, I recognize that I already have the greatest prize, which is love. And the question is, am I willing to see it? And if I can see it, then I automatically share it without even trying.